Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. What if I guess today is another division video. Today I decided to make a video talking about the summary of PvP balancing that is going to be occurring in patch 1.6. So if you guys do enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more videos, and let's get right into this. By now I'm guessing most of you guys know that patch 1.6 is mainly focusing on PvP, but a lot of people still don't really know what is changing and what is going to be happening once this patch drops. Now, it is going to affect PvE a little bit. It's not really that big PvE wise, but for PvP, it's going to be a completely different experience. Anyways, today I'm going to go over some facts that are listed in this article about the changes happening in patch 1.6 for PvP. Now I know there's more changes happening outside of PvP, but this video is mainly going to be focusing on how PvP is going to be balanced. So the first thing that is going to be changing is Hipfire Stability while moving has been decreased and the new Hipfire camera has been added. Now no one really knows how this camera is going to work, if it's going to be kind of effective or not, if it's going to change anything, but I'm very excited to see how this looks. Also, them decreasing Hipfire is a really good thing because you guys know now Hipfire is not as good how it used to be, especially on some machine guns. Like the hipfire on some machine guns is completely awful, so for them to pretty much decrease it on everything again is a good thing in my opinion. So you actually have to aim and you can't just be hip firing two people at the same time and stuff. So I think this is a very great positive addition that they are doing in patch 1.6. Next up, the damage gap between body damage and headshots has been lowered. So you guys know now, if you make a assault rifle build with Alpha Bridge and you pretty much just put on a lot of headshot pretty much mods like your muzzle brake or your red dot sight or hollow sight, whatever it is, as long as you have a lot of headshot damage, you're going to be melting people really quickly. So for them to kind of balance out the gap between body shots and headshots is really nice. Now no one really knows if they're lowering down headshot damage or if they're upping body damage. No one really knows that either, but I'm really curious to see how this works out, and like I said, in my opinion, it's a really nice addition. The next thing that is changing, and in my opinion this is a great change, is when combat rolling, there's now a 1 second delay before you can roll again. So you guys know whenever you're in a gunfight and you're really weak, you want to roll around and pretty much bounce off walls, so it's kind of difficult to hit you. Well, now you will have to wait 1 second between rolling. So in my opinion, it's not going to be as effective as you think, because 1 second is really quick. If they make it like 4, maybe 5 seconds until you can roll again, maybe that will be a little bit more effective. But for 1 second, it's not a crazy amount, so I'm really curious to see how this works. One of the biggest changes for PvP balancing is that you can no longer reload while sprinting. So this is a great addition, and you guys know in PvP a lot of players that are weak, they just pretty much run away from you and you have to chase them down. If you have like a bleeding pistol or whatever, you could shoot them so they don't sprint or whatever. Well, now if they are low on ammo and they have to reload, they have to stop sprinting. I'm pretty sure you can still walk and reload your weapon, but you cannot sprint no longer, which is great because like I said, it's going to prevent a lot of the chasing around the map, and it's going to be more of a fair fight, and there's not going to be a lot of players running away, pretty much what I'm trying to say. Next up, medkits can be used at full health to remove certain status effects. So this is a great addition in my opinion. If you're, for example, blind from a stun grenade, or if you're on fire, or if you're shocked or whatever from a shock turret, this is a great addition. You can use a medkit and pretty much erase that effect and allow you to sprint away or fight the person, or just pretty much do what you want. Next up, the rejuvenated talent has been changed to give additional resistance to status effects. So you guys know on the mask, the rejuvenated talent is pretty nice, but no one really used it that much in my opinion. I at least never pretty much used it. Well, now this talent is going to be changed, and it's going to pretty much give you more resistance towards status effects. So for example, like being shocked, being stunned, being on fire, whatever. So this is really nice. Another useful thing they're adding in patch 1.6 is your enemy's health bar will be flashing whenever you use a medkit. So whenever you're weak and you use a medkit and you want to know how weak the other player is, whenever you use it, you'll see your enemy's health bar pretty much flash. Now I'm not too sure how long this is going to be flashing for, maybe for like 2-3 seconds, but you pretty much get a general idea how weak the person is, if they're if they have no medkits, if they have no heals or whatever. So once again, this will be really nice for PvP. Last but not least, the survivability talents like On the Move, Battle Buddy, Critical Save have been seeing some balancing changes. So you guys know those talents are pretty much what kind of everyone uses. At least I use On the Move, I use Battle Buddy, and I think I use Critical Save. I think I use all 3 of these talents. So in this patch they are getting nerfed, or at least they're getting balanced out, quote unquote. So this should be kind of questionable to see. Like I said, I'm not too sure if it's going to make the talents completely awful, or if you're not going to be really, able to tell the difference. But once again, it is getting changed in patch 1.6. But that's pretty much for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, if you guys want to read or see these facts for yourselves, the first link in the description will be the link to this article. So like I said, if you want to check it out, feel free to click the first link. But once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.